live. It's going in circles. Well. Hello. We are live. This is, I'm doing my Instagram thing. Bree, do you want to say hello in the meantime?
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I wish I could see everyone's beautiful faces, but
Mhm. Me too. Me too. So, Thursday afternoon, once again, we are here live with you guys discussing what's going on in real estate market. So, today we decided something different. Every week we have been bringing new news, but sometimes we forget to just slow down and recap our first quarter so far. So today we are going to share with you what has happened during the first quarter of 2024 in terms of hottest trends and market insights. So Roger is not here, as you can see, one person is missing, but I cannot take any credit for the work he has already done for us before he left for this conference this week. Matter of fact, he's meeting with an assistant director of Houston, Texas, who's responsible to design the whole architecture of the city and is big time player in designing the airport for Houston, Texas. And this is very important relationship for us to pursue as business owners and being in real estate because knowing where the city is headed and the challenges they come through as they expand in transportation and architecture allows us to position real estate for our people in a very intelligent way. So I'm looking for some troublemaking conversations today and fun because Roger is not here. Otherwise, he was going to talk all news. So you're going to get a rosy version of Roger's news today. So let's get started. Brie, anything you want to add before we get started today?
well, I do have a story I kind of wanted to tell everyone.
Why don't you start with the story?
Okay. So, um last week or in between Thursday and literally Tuesday, okay?
Mhm.
Three things happened that
Okay.
were all the same thing. And I know you know what I'm going to say because you experienced it with me, but everyone else is going to be shocked at what I'm about to say. So, last week, we put in an offer for someone on a property that had been on the market for about, I think it was 33 or 35 days. Okay. Put in the offer. Very next day, they get another offer in after 35 days. So then we're in a multiple offer situation. Now, it's not as crazy as it was, pre when it was like so many offers. It's only one other offer, but still, the current buyers didn't feel like they should go above much higher than they were originally planning on, and they lost out on the offer. Yes. Now, what's even crazier is I put in another offer, totally different location, totally different price point for a different client, for another home that had been on the market for 153 days. Same thing happens. Multiple offer. After 153 days. Another client puts in an offer. I think that home had only been on the market like still 50 or 60 days though. Somewhere around there. Another multiple offer. Now, multiple offer is just one other offer, but still, it tells me that people are going back around and they are putting in offers on homes. Market is starting to pick back up again.
Wow. It's fascinating to me because I didn't know that that's where you were going. But last week, you and I like literally struggled through it for one of our contingent sellers,
Yeah.
right? Like today, guys, I know before we get started, we're sharing a story of what's happening live in real estate. So, our first half of our conversation that we're discussing right now is about the experience of us as agents and brokers in the market. What is the live experience we're having with people? So many people out there think that market is something that has doomed and gloomed and there is no rising back out of it. And we're sorry to say that we're not in the market anymore. 2024 is much more optimist, much more active, much more lucrative for sellers than it has been for last year and a half. I like after 38 days on the market, we got multiple offers on the property. 38 days on the market. 6 days on the market, our property goes under contract. Another property, 27 days on the market, starting to get multiple offer kind of showings again. So what Bree's experiencing, like, it is a reflection on that unique window, Bree, that we have been talking about with our clients, that hey, if you are someone who wants to have a home before you can sell this property, you don't have too much time.
Right.
Like very soon, people are going to stay away from contingencies. Right now, they're okay with it.
Mhm.
So act, act quickly, and thank you for sharing the story. It makes me happy for sellers because I feel like they've been struggling a lot. The amount of lost equity they experienced. But it's also kind of making me happy for buyers because they have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for some magic to happen and interest rates to just drop down to 3-4%, which is, you and I both know it's not going to happen. And for them to gain confidence back and to see sellers move, this is a healthy market. The
Yeah.
market where everything just pauses, everyone gets hurt. Everyone. When I started real estate, Brie, one of my real estate mentors told me, they said, did you know the significance of the work you guys do? I said, what do you mean? Like, we help people locate their piece of real estate. We help them like profit from their properties. Like, what do you mean? He said, no. He said, did you know when one property is transacted, over 28 jobs are created?
Mm.
28 jobs on an average are created between movers, cleaners, repair, contractors, roofers, inspectors, home warranty, lending. The list just goes on.
Mhm.
And I mean, we pump economy when the two properties are transacted. So this is very, very important to know that why healthy real estate market is key in playing a healthy economy for the market. So, all right, well, thank you for Bree. Like that brings perspective. Now, I'm going to back up what Bree just said by the information that we have been sharing with you all first quarter long. And maybe by the end of this conversation, it would be evident to you why us sharing these stories of multiple offer situation is no surprise. I mean, if you and I have been watching these videos from the beginning of this year, this should come natural to you because when we're looking at our first quarter recap, I'm going to pay attention to a screen here so I can say things that are relevant. Let's talk about airport expansions in our Golden Triangle: Austin, Houston, and Dallas. Austin spending over $165 million on West Gate expansion. And there's a master plan 2040 where $4 billion will bring 68 gates to Austin Airport by 2040. Going to Houston Airport, 40 new gates at a price tag of $2 billion will be added to Houston Airport. And Dallas International Airport is considered the third busiest airport in the world. And it's so big, it has its own zip code.
That's crazy.
So, why are we adding all these gates, right? Let's go to Elon Musk. Elon, we really bring you up every time, so you better be listening. So Elon made Elon, like I call him like he's my like
Like he's your friend.
boyfriend, Elon Musk made the news several times. So Ron is not here. I can say whatever I want. When I said, I'm going to say whatever I want today, this is what I meant. So Elon made the news several times this year, and Tesla is growing footprint into other Austin suburbs, growing now in Hutto, Texas. So we already have that big, like, giant building that he has built the manufacturing plant in Del Valley area. That's not stopping. I mean, he's saying, I'm going to go into Hutto, Texas as well. And guess what? Elon is looking to start a university in Austin and he started by donating $100 million to it already.
Yeah.
He's
And
going to,
going to Kyle too. It's already there. There is a neighborhood I visited the other week. It's literally 3 minutes away from where
yeah,
that new warehouse is going to be.
wow. So basically, he's saying, you know what? I'm going to train my own labor force. I am going to start educating them for the skill I need them to learn. What a great way. Don't waste time learning anything else if you're wanting to go Elon's way. Now, Samsung news, you can laugh. Samsung news. Samsung chip production delayed to 2025 made major headlines. Sounded a lot worse coming out of 2023, heading into 2024, but not such a big deal anymore. 2025 is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Samsung pumped $4.2 billion. Let me just go back. $4.2 million, dollars, sorry, in the local economy this last year. Other companies are expanding into the area with links to Tesla, Samsung, Texas Instruments, such as MDC Pure Chemicals America, a semiconductor gas supplier. These companies are spending hundreds of millions of dollars so they can be in close proximity to Samsung, Tesla, and Texas Instruments. So, guess what? This manufacturing, gosh, I am so much in love with the manufacturing jobs because it's about time that we build in our own land. And this has been a problem that came out of 2020 pandemic time.
Wait, can I say something? You
Hmm.
know, you're talking about expansion of the airports, expansion of Tesla to Hutto and Kyle area, which is on like the east side, right, of 35. Expansion of obviously Samsung going into Taylor. So I'm seeing a lot of growth and development down that 130 corridor right there, where there is still a lot of land that can be developed. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
it seems like all too often, investors think, "Oh, I have to be by, Apple, or I have to be by Visa, or I have to be in this one little pocket that's like Jollyville area," right? But a lot of the growth and development are happening in these areas like Kyle, Del Valle, Hutto, Taylor, right? Where you just hop on that 130 toll, you can get from Hutto to the airport in less than 30 minutes.
That's right. And, I think it's like a misnomer. Most of these calls are actually from people who are out of state. And they still live in this little era that Texas is so affordable, Texas is so affordable. Well, any city is affordable, but the mathematics and the trend around appreciation of land is no different than California. Like, would you go buy land next to Apple in California? It's going to be too expensive. You're going to go outskirts, right?
Yeah.
So invest your money here, but pay attention to the mathematics and trends. The formula of land depreciation is no different in Texas than it is in California, in Florida, in New York, and other major bigger cities and other upcoming cities like Raleigh, North Carolina. So I think that's where people get confused.
Yeah.
They forget that mathematics is the same.
Yeah.
All right. So UT is expanding semiconductor research, spending $165 million dollars on JJ Pickle campus. Bree, do you know that like beige looking campus right across from Domain,
Yeah.
right? That's a
That's
semiconductor research center.
yeah.
And UT is spending $165 million dollars. Why? Because they're producing talent for manufacturing companies that are coming along. Great, great insight, guys. $1 billion redevelopment of Collin Creek Mall in Plano. We're planning on headed to Plano this week to look at some self storage commercial property for our investors. So we will share some insights on that. Now, now they are building an underground parking lot with 2,000 spaces, costing a whopping $67 million. And
Wow.
that's just on parking. $67 million just on parking. Let that sit in.
Let that sit in.
Now, how many malls are then converted into mixed use? Why mixed use? Right? Retail, homestead, work all together. So you shop, eat, live, work all in one place. Now, Highland Mall in Austin, like our son goes to ACC Community College, and that mall was converted into ACC campus. Like that, have you been there, Bree? Like the ACC campus is huge.
I haven't been to the Highland Mall part of it, but I used to go to Highland Mall back in the day when it was the cool place to go walk around in high school. Many, many, many years ago. And anyone from Austin knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there you go. Well, now you go there to study. You used to bunk out of school, now you go to school. Karma. We have around 220,000 Asians just in Dallas area and population nearly doubling in past decade. What does that say about Texas sector? Silicon Valley is landing in Texas. So we're booming out here. So we saw a lot of real estate funds raise tens and even hundreds of millions of dollars to buy up all kinds of real estate. I think we have shared like how the transportation is going bigger. TxDOT is investing a lot of money into highways and everything. So we're good. We lost Charlie Munger this year, a guy who's an epitome of growing wealth. And Roger wanted to make sure we spend a little time going over a few of his quotes. Some of my favorite quotes were number one, go to bed smarter than when you woke up. So if you're becoming a little bit smarter every day to educate yourself and making a decision, you're making progress. Choose clients as you would friends. And I think we have been finally in that era of our real estate, Brie, like, would you say today we're not attached to how we get paid in real estate? We're attached to who we are serving
Yeah.
because we are realizing it's a lifelong relationship. And, would you marry someone that you cannot put up with all your life? Ting, ting, ting. All right. This one was fun for me. Brie, you might like this. Charlie Munger said, I did not succeed in life by intelligence. I succeeded because I have a long attention span.
That's a good one.
So, guys, you don't have to be smarter than your neighbor or the person who have bought like 3,000, 4,000 units. You just need to be willing to stay focused in what's in front of you. If you're able to spend time, you stay able to stay in the game longer. Like too many people get frustrated and like, hey, I don't want to buy a house anymore. It's too much work. Let's just stay where we are. Can you stay in the game of finding homes? If it's only costing you time, effort, and curiosity, and no extra dollar cost to it, then you're making an investment in future that's going to yield you dollars. So consider that. Bri, anything you want to say on that?
That actually just made me think of, it's I don't know who said it, but someone was like, "Yeah, I want to read, but like I don't have time to read because I have like four kids and I have a job and blah blah blah." And then they were like, "I just started reading one page a day." Anyone can read one page a day, right? And by
Mhm.
the end of 2 months, this person was reading like books on books on books on books because they just started with one. And so
Wow.
I feel like that quote kind of, you know, coincides with that other person. Like you just have to have consistency and it doesn't have to be something outrageous. You don't have to read 5 million books. You don't have to know the ins and outs of everything to take a step forward and to start investing in your future, whatever that looks like.
Hmm. Wow. I love the story. One page. Break it down. So, breaking it down, how about this? Walmart made drone delivery available to over 1.8 million households in DFW area. They are making a promise that they will deliver in 30 minutes or less. Guys, I already don't like grocery stores. I
I'm
already don't
so
like
curious to see how this is going to play.
I'm
And I'm
excited.
curious of how it's going to look like for in the store.
Well, you know what I'm curious. I we need more cars off the highway.
Oh, agreed.
Like
100%.
people who are actually making like business happen. Like people should be struggling through traffic if there is a economy added to the because that's how we thrive, right? Too
Yeah.
many people are like doing small chores here and there where drone can just fly in the air because I bet Amazon trucks and Amazon cars are taking a lot of time too, so they need to just get up in the air and make
Yeah.
it quicker. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff Bezos, if you're listening, Jeff, consider this drones for Amazon.
Next week when it comes out, you have heard it.
Remember this. So when Amazon starts delivering by drone, you heard it here first. Jeff, I'm watching you. So the Austin Convention Center is undergoing a 4-year reconstruction of around $1.6 million. And a prestigious award was given to Austin. Milken Institute ranked and placed Austin as number one city with 62.4% growth in tech sector between 2017 and 2022. So we literally put our hand into Silicon Valley, grabbed all the talent and scooted into our state, and hello, we are number one city.
And now we need a convention center to back it. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what that's going to be like too. Whenever we went to San Diego for that conference, their convention center was so beautiful, and I'm hoping ours will be similar.
You mean more sexier.
Mm, Obvi.
Similar. You never use similar word on the phone with me. You're trying to be nice with in front of camera. That's not going to work. Okay. Austin spending $10 billion on transportation, $5 billion on light rail, $5 billion spent on fixing fourth most congested strip road in entire state, located off of I-35 and Riverside. So, guys, convention center going up, roads going up, drones flying in the air, money, money, money. Now, Invitation Homes, like I need to meet with the CEO of Invitation Homes. What's up with you? Look at this. A Dallas-based company, Bree, is looking to buy another $1 billion worth of rental properties, and they really feel good about being in Sun Belt region. You
Yeah.
still need proof to buy? $1 billion, Invitation Homes Company.
Yeah.
Get your real estate now. Grand Bay Parkway in Houston, we were in Houston just this past weekend, is bringing mind blowing growth. Recent announcements, including $2 billion bond approval, construction of two elementary schools, totaling $90 million and $70 million on health sciences. Man, I just keep hearing billion, million, billion, million, billion, million. Like, oh man. And last but not the least, you ready for this? Austin, San Antonio could be getting our very own pro baseball team. There you go.
Woo!
So now we have given you all the fun stuff and all the news that you don't get to hear on Google or TikTok or Instagram, and you hear it here live from us. Bree, show us how it's impacting our real estate market and what's out there for people to buy, so Invitation Home doesn't take all the homes.
Yes. All right. So I want to share with you one property. Why do I never know how to present on here? Here we go.
It's a new system.
Okay. So you can see my screen?
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can add to stage. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this property right here is in Kyle. It was built in 2016, 1512 square feet. Okay. It looks nice, right? Like good flooring, nicely painted house,
Mm-hmm.
good home. Listed at 318. And look at this. Average rent is around 2100. You're positive cash flow
Already.
already.
Brie, what do you have to say about people? Like, there's some properties people have bought, they have some really good interest rates, but their properties are not rented, right? Like, this is unique. Like, 318. How many days on the market, Brie?
They've been on the market for 47 days.
So, could it be okay to say that we can negotiate a little?
We can negotiate. So
Yeah.
when we put it on here, we have like some potential negotiations here
Mm-hmm.
that we can potentially look at doing. And I think that this is a really great property to consider. Um, there has been, and I don't have it in front of me right now, but multifamily. I last week sent out a good list. I don't know what it was last week, but there was like really great properties on MFU. I went back and looked again this week to see, was there any movement? Are they still on the market? Out of 12, 6 of them were already pending in 1 week. And they were all new to market because when I pull multifamily, I pull on a weekly basis for them for 7 days. And 6 of them were already pending, but the numbers were making sense. So there are some other good MFU opportunities that we have on the sheet as well. I highly recommend looking at the sheet. If you're interested in any properties or you have questions about the properties, just let me know. I can kind of walk you through, pros and cons of each different area, or what does the growth look like here versus somewhere else.
Hmm. You know, guys, like I am speaking to like commercial buyers every Monday. Like every Monday, like a clockwork, we spend 2 hours with our commercial asset buyers. And I'll give you an example how Bree is talking about multi unit. The three asset classes we actively consider are self storage, multi unit, and mobile home and RV park. And of course, we buy commercial land where people can develop industrial parks. So that's a different conversation. So, one of the things that I want you all to be aware of is that these people are not just going in there and making contracts just because they felt like, oh, it's a multifamily, I should just put an offer on it. Just to give an example of when we are going after a self storage property, there is so much that goes into it. Like, once we as brokers are able to provide you the offering memorandum and financials, the amount of due diligence it takes to make a commercial property and from an opportunity to an asset is incredible. Like, I see these asset buyers go into the market and we do this research hand in hand with them. For example, like how many other storage units are in the area? Like, if you're looking at a 600 unit self storage, you want to know what is the average occupancy rate? Who is the biggest player in the area? Who's taking most of the market share? How many units are rentable and how many are non-rentable? Are there any pest problems in the area? And when you're looking at the financials, are they speculation or the actuals? One of the things that you're going to observe in the commercial market is that a seller is always going to want to sell off of pro forma, and a buyer is always going to want to buy off of actuals. So this commercial real estate, if you're seeing the properties move and close, these are millions of dollars of transactions that are happening. So please don't think that they're just throwing cash at anything. They have asset experts backing up the reasoning on why this is a great investment to buy. So if this is something that interests you, and you are a group of people who are going out and buying rental portfolios, like Bree, a lot of our clients are, right? It's about time that you look at the market closely and not let these invitation homes take over all the real estate. So many people just think short term. They're like, hey, what is the money I'm making? Oh, this is too small. I have one buyer that I know Bree, you and I are working with. They're looking at good piece of real estate, one after another, after another, after another. And they're giving up on it because they have this unique criteria of their personal preference. I want you all to know real estate doesn't appreciate because of personal preference. Real estate appreciates because of what economy prefers. If economy is moving there, money will move there. Our personal preferences at some point have to take a backseat. So I would say these properties that Kyle, Texas, like guys, $286,000. I don't think my mouth will ever remember saying the word 200 again in the next 10 years.
I want to show you one more thing really quickly. So there
Go.
is oh, here I just presented, you would think. Um this property, this is one of the community that I visited
Mhm,
in Kyle. They have brand new construction properties, and
mhm,
all of them have a two and a bump out, like not a true half, but like a two and a bump out garage. Um,
mhm,
it's Meritage Homes. And
mhm,
look at this. This is the best part. Okay, your tax rate is low, 2.4,
mhm.
but I'm gonna just show you. Did the map pop up?
Yeah, I just saw the
Okay,
map.
look at this. This is the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This is where the Tesla warehouse is.
Wow.
This location, and the biggest thing is they are actually allowing investors at this time. They don't have much that they can sell to investors, but they said they can sell any property to a few, and then they have like a cap, right? Because they don't want it to get overpopulated with investment, and but
Wow.
I
Wow.
think that that's a really good opportunity. I'm going to send more information tomorrow on that community, or if you want to learn more about it, just feel free to DM us and I'm happy to share.
Wow. Guys, like this quarter, like starting March, I think I would say end of February, my eyebrows have raised an inch in my forehead. Like I'm surprised at the number of calls I'm getting in a day. Like I have this piece of land that I'll present next week in Hutto, Texas, and we're working on removing the residential deed restrictions off of it. Guys, ready for this? I listed the property within 6 days. We have over 41 calls on the property.
Gosh, 41.
6 days. And offers are on standby. I'm just resolving some issues around these restrictions. And they're like, money is ready whenever you're ready.
Wow.
So I'll tell you this, guys. Like, there is one client, Bree, that we're about to introduce to you this week. We met him over the weekend. He's looking for some commercial land to develop, residential or commercial. And I would tell you this: this is how I am actually finding some prospects for our clients, and you might be able to use this strategy going forward. If I'm seeing a property on the market stay under contract for way too long, these people have sometimes feasibility period of over 6 months. I call the agent brokers and I say, hey, do you think the contract is solid? And if they say no, hey, let's line up our backup contract and take over the deal.
Yeah.
This is the amount of proactiveness you're going to need to win in this market. So, guys, Pri, anything else?
No, I don't think that we could say anything more.
So, yesterday I got the cutest request on my phone
Oh,
on a video. Ella, who is Bree's little daughter, I have a very special trouble relationship with her. And she has requested that I pick her up from school tomorrow. And guess what, guys, where I will be between 3:30 and 4:30 tomorrow. I'm going to be headed to pick up a beautiful little girl from her school, and we're going to take her for ice cream. Something I've never done in my life before, and I'm so excited. So,
I'm excited too.
yeah, so Bree thinking, should she pick me up to pick her up? So we're having a lot of pickups tomorrow. So on that note, thank you all the drones for keeping the cars off the highway. And FedEx just drove right by my office. I can see some FedEx drones too. That was bad. So, guys, on that note, this was the quarter one recap for market and hottest trends in Texas real estate market. We are here. Bree is here. Roger is here. We absolutely love real estate and what it has done for people. And we're not afraid to ask questions and dig deeper for you because it has benefited us in tremendous ways and we want to continue to pay it forward. So we look forward to spending time with you guys next week. And I'm sure I'm going to hear 10 different things from Roger on what we could have done differently on this webinar, on this video. So I'm going to have to take a shot of tequila to hear all that feedback from him.
But if
So,
you want to help Rosie out, maybe you can share your feedback and how much you
yes,
enjoyed it,
yes,
and she doesn't need as
yes.
much tequila.
Yes. So, guys, I love this. So, please go ahead and subscribe or comment below on what you liked and what you want to hear more about. And if you want to just have random talk one day, we'll make a random talk one day, but you're going to have to give us topics and conversations for that. Until then, make it a great day. Thank you, Bree, for being here. Love you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.